Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel Lifestyle Critic, where we are breaking down movies and TV shows for you into their core elements. And in this video we are going to be reviewing Black Christmas. Now this is the second remake of the Black Christmas franchise. The first one was in 2006 and this one has been very recently done last year. But unfortunately it's just a really weak entry into the franchise. It's another classic case of Blumhouse Productions getting their hands on a well-known franchise and unfortunately just making a remake really bad. The 2006 one was so much better than this one was, but in this one unfortunately the storytelling is really weak, the acting is not that great, and the jump scare moments are literally non-existent. The 2006 one had such brilliant gore scenes, where in this one they're pretty much not there. It's all left to the audience's imagination as nothing is shown on screen. But anyway, let's break down Black Christmas in this video review. So the basic premise of this film is that there is a mysterious assailant that is killing off girls that are part of a sorority group. Before this masked assailant kills the character off, they receive a weird text message from what looks like a boys' fraternity group. The remaining characters then need to work out what's going on, why this is happening, and how they can survive it. So whilst the premise of the film is actually decent, the execution unfortunately is really bad. And especially when you compare this to the 2006 one, which actually was really well executed, this film just really does fall flat. So from a cast and characters point of view, Black Christmas, the second remake, is honestly really bad. The 2006 remake had a brilliant cast attached to it, but unfortunately in this one there are just really weak and forgettable performances, and there are only really two main leads, which I'll go through now. The first one is Imogen Poots, who plays the character of Riley. She's the main lead of this movie, but she just does not carry the movie well enough at all. She does have a bit of a tragic backstory, which involves one of the fraternity boys, and this could have been a really interesting theme of the film, but unfortunately the script and the style of this movie just means that this lead character is just in a really bad movie. We then have the other main character, who is played by Aleyse, Shannon, and she plays the character of Chris, and she's a bit of an active feminist and really wants to see change happening in the college. Again, this could have been a bit more interesting if the script and the style of the movie was a lot better, but unfortunately the Chris character also is just subject to being in a bad movie. The other sorority girl groups are just totally forgettable. They may as well not be there because they really don't add as much value as they did in the 2006 movie. Similarly, the fraternity boys are just very cookie cutter. They don't add any value at all, don't really bring that much to the table either. There is little to no character development. There's an interesting twist at the end of this movie, but as far as individual characters go, the fraternity boys are really poor. And the professor, again, he was quite interesting as well. A really interesting twist at the end of the movie, but from a character and cast point of view, unfortunately Black Christmas falls really flat. So from a visuals point of view, the third Black Christmas installment movie is also really poor. It's got a PG-13 tag associated with it, which just means that they are not able to show any of the gore or the real violence that they did in the other two versions. And as a result, it is just such a poor installment into this franchise. There are death scenes that are just basically happening off screen, because you just see a masked assailant figure coming close to a character, and then that's it. Then they cut the scene and then you're on to the next scene, and it is just absolutely ridiculous that this is a bit of a Halloween / Christmas movie where nothing is shown. So from a visuals point of view, this film is just totally uninspiring. So from a comparisons point of view, this movie does make nods to the 1974 original and the 2006 remake, but unfortunately it's not even half as good as those two were. Now the 2006 movie, I didn't necessarily think it was a brilliant film, but by comparison it is an absolutely outstanding film. It was just so much better than this one was. It had a better cast, had a more compelling backstory, and as a film it was a lot more cohesive and actually filled the title of what it was supposed to do in terms of being a bit of a terrifying Christmas movie, whereas this one by comparison is just uninspiring. It's a real bore to watch and it's not exciting at all. I mean, you cannot at all compare this film to the much better Hollywood slasher teen films such as Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Those films are just in another league when it comes to Black Christmas. So from a comparisons point of view, this film is actually really poor. So overall, I have to say I just did not enjoy Black Christmas at all. I didn't mind the feminist twist and the messages that they were trying to communicate with that. I just feel like Blumhouse Productions took this film and just did not do something brilliant with it. Very similar to what they did with The Craft Legacy in terms of watering it down, not really honouring the source material, and just having other main characters just being really, really poor. So I just feel like they did something very similar to that, and as a result just did not make a great movie. And for all of those reasons, I have to give The Black Christmas third installment a 2 out of 10. I'd love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.